News this morning, an Eastern Kentucky search and rescue squad warns visitors of a popular tourist attraction about an increase of snake activity. And a Kentucky man accomplishes an incredible feat a bit later than expected thanks to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. It's 5:30 on this Tuesday morning. I'm Dakota Makris. Thank you for waking up with us, and let's head over to Brandon. Brandon, I'm finally thankful we can wake up and not walk out the door and it's raining. So,
yeah, for real.
You know, it's a great change. I can finally be up for once.
Exactly.
So.
and here's the thing: you're kind of more awake at this point too, especially when you're trying to get going in the morning hours. But yeah, it's one of those situations where we're going to continue to watch it, and we're also going to continue to see a few possibilities of a stray shower or two. Stray being the key word there. Let's take a look and see what's going on over at UVA Wise, and you can see things are fairly quiet over there this morning. It's been a very active night there. Evan was showing me some video from last night. Apparently possible fireball over there on the UVA Wise cam. We can't see it right now. It's been a time lapse for the last few hours, but interesting to note. So we'll keep an eye on that and keep you posted as we get a little more information on that. But 59 in Wise right now, 69 in Irvin. Everybody else kind of falling in between. A lot of low to mid 60s out there, but some upper 60s in Somerset, Monticello, Jacksboro, Moorhead, Ashland, and Jackson. Dew points are still well up there, except for Wise. We're in the 50s there in Wise, London, Hazard, and Pikeville, but everybody else is in the low 60s, even mid 60s. So as you head out the door for your breakfast forecast, a few clouds this morning, might even see a few showers as we head deeper into the morning hours and going into the afternoon. So be aware of that. 7 o'clock. On the dot. That's when sunset is tonight. So we're continuing to lose time there on the days. On the front end, of course, winter time there in December when we hit the equinox. Yep, that's right. I had to think about that for a second. There's a solstice and an equinox, but when you hit that there, we're going to continue. No, it's the solstice. It's the winter solstice. Yeah, there we go. Had to correct myself on there. But anyway, well, we're going to get into the upper 70s today, but that's just depressing. 7:39 sunrise, 7 o'clock even sunset. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. An emotional testimony Monday as the mother of a little boy killed in a crash took the stand in court. Yesterday was the first day in the trial of the man accused of driving drunk and hitting Marco Shimwell. The 4-year-old was hit as his family left a Kentucky football game. Jacob Hale, who was 18 at the time, is charged with reckless homicide. Chad Hedrick was in the courtroom as Marco's mother talked about the moment she learned about the crash.
The heartache of a mother as she talked about her little boy.
Yeah, he loved to just sit in my lap and just take pictures.
And the devastating moment she learned he had been hit by a car.
I received a text message from Ben that just said 911.
Liz Shimwell told her family's story to the jury on day one of trial. Jacob Heil, who was 18 at the time, is on trial for the 2018 death of Marco Shimwell. Investigators say Marco was hit and killed by a car Heil was driving as his family left a Kentucky football game. Court documents say Heil's blood alcohol level was .051. The legal limit is .02.
And they were excited to just have a daddy Sunday at the football field. Marco especially, he loved football.
Through tears, Liz Shimwell spoke about the phone call with her husband that turned a fun day at a football game into the most tragic day of her life.
He just said, we were hit, and Marco was hit bad, and we just need to pray. It's bad. I dropped to my knees as soon as I hung up the phone, and I told him when I hung up the phone I was coming, and I dropped to my knees, and I just began sobbing and just began praying, and I remember saying over and over again, not my baby, not my baby, please God, not my baby.
Marco Shimwell died 2 days after the crash. In Lexington, Chad Hedrick, WKYT.
Well, the trial is expected to last 4 days. The prosecutor will resume their case this morning. Well, a Knox County couple was arrested Sunday night after the sheriff's department says they received a complaint of a 6-year-old being treated for injuries at Barberville ARH. Deputies say the child had been beaten by Casey Marie Davis and her boyfriend Marshall Lee Carroll. Child Protective Services was notified. Both were charged with first-degree criminal abuse of a child and endangering the welfare of a minor. Carroll was also wanted on a bench warrant for failure to appear on unrelated charges. Both were taken to the Knox County Detention Center. 911 dispatchers say they received multiple calls about a shooting at the Stumbo Park Beaver Valley Golf Course in Allen Sunday afternoon. Prestonsburg police say an argument between Larry Mullins, identified as the shooter, and Christopher Shane Sword took place after Sword parked behind Mullins, came up to his truck, and started a fight. Police say Mullins then pulled out a gun and Sword started struggling for it before Mullins shot twice, hitting Sword once before he drove off to seek treatment. Mullins stayed at the scene and waited on police. The case will be presented to the Floyd County Grand Jury. Mullins was released pending the decision. Well, a school bus caught fire Monday morning in the Vico area of Perry County. Chief Blake Dean with the Vico Sassafras Volunteer Fire and Rescue Team confirmed with us that they received a call around 11:40 Monday morning. Chief Dean shared that a Perry County school bus caught fire. He also confirmed that nobody was harmed in the fire. The children on the bus were safely evacuated. An apartment complex that was once a high-end hotel caught fire Sunday. Logan, West Virginia firefighters say 2 of their own were injured putting out the fire at Yuma Suites. Investigators say the fire is being investigated due to what they call its suspicious origin. Carson Fannin, who lives in the area, says activity around the building began about 2 weeks ago.
Example of that is, see the door right there? That was boarded up and was boarded up for a long time. I don't know why that about 2 weeks ago, somebody opened that up. Or whoever supposed to be responsible for tearing it down, we wouldn't be going through this right now.
Logan Fire Chief Scott Beckett said the building is worth about $1 million. Some damage was done to equipment during the fire, and it cost the city resources to put it out. The West Virginia State Fire Marshal has been called to investigate. Anyone with information is encouraged to call the West Virginia State Fire Marshal's office at the number listed on your screen. City engineers were back out yesterday in Winchester. They were surveying damage following last week's flash floods. Water went into several downtown businesses and homes following heavy rain Thursday night. Both Clark County and the city of Winchester declared states of emergency following the flooding. The city is asking anyone who had property damage to reach out to them for assessment. Well, some sad news. Pineville Police Department officers regret to announce that there was a memorial service held in Pineville for K-9 Officer Link yesterday. Link died during a training exercise with his handler, Officer Brandon Hollingsworth. Link came to the department in January from Morristown, Tennessee. He played a vital role with the department in several operations that resulted in the detection of illegal narcotics. Officers Link and Hollingsworth most recently visited Pineville Independent Schools as a part of Gear Up Week. Well, this past weekend, Wolfe County Search and Rescue reported seeing multiple copperhead snakes on the trails at the Red River Gorge. As we get into fall, the snakes begin to look for winter dens and can be more active. Copperheads usually are spotted at night, but because this time of year they are looking for dens, so they are more active. The snakes are more easily recognizable by their copper-colored head.
The pattern looks like a row of Hershey Kisses. And the head, no matter what the color tone of the body is going to be a coppery orange color.
Experts advise if you see these snakes to remain calm and let them be. And Brandon has turned around, not looking. Well, a Kentucky man who grew up in Pulaski County has accomplished an incredible feat. Duffy Sutton has run a 5K in all 120 counties of our state. While it took a little longer than expected due to COVID-19, he was still able to complete this in a little more than 5 years. He says while exercising has many benefits to one's well-being, he encourages people to consider participating in a race.
But I think what people don't realize is what it does for you mentally, because when you're out here running, I don't care if you're the fastest person on the course or somewhere in between or the slowest person on the course, there's generally going to be somebody, if not multiple people, trying to encourage you to do better and push yourself to finish.
Duffy is 58 years old and is a retired police officer. Well, in partnership with London's North Main Cash Express, the London City Fire Department has kicked off its annual toy and coat drive. WYMT's Chaz Jenkins tells us what to expect for this year.
Another year, of collecting donations for children in Laurel County who are in need.
We want to give these kids a good career, especially last year after COVID. It just seemed like so many people were struggling. And we want to just, if it's even just a little bit, we want to give back to them, to those kids.
A solid partnership between an organization and a business.
Lynn, who manages that, she's fantastic to work with. She actually came to me with the idea a couple years ago, and we decided let's go all out. And ever since then, we've had a really good working relationship with her.
It's a great experience. They're great people, men and women both that work there, and we really appreciate them, and we just can't thank God enough for them.
One that those at Cash Express plan to continue for years to come.
We're blessed to be able to have them help us out each and every year and wanting to be a part of something bigger than us in general, and I really do appreciate that.
Asking those with donations to place their items in the large wooden box outside the building.
So yeah, just drop it off in the front. We'll have signs up, put it in there, and we check it every night so that, nothing happens to them, and bring them inside and secure them.
A tradition of helping those less fortunate and an opportunity for those wanting to give. In Laurel County, Chaz Jenkins, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, King says they have already received several donations for the drive. The deadline is the week before Christmas. Well, just ahead, a streaming giant defends a new comedy special after heavy criticism about certain jokes made by a famous comedian.
Rain chances are on the horizon, but how good are they? I'll track them out for you hour by hour in about 3 minutes.